All right, do you guys know who Jeremy Fragrance is? Crazy name. Crazier guy. He's this deranged TikToker who is just known for making crazy videos. I don't even know where I've seen him from. I just feel like commentary channels have talked about him for a while. This is a Ryan Pictures video. Came out a couple of weeks ago. Remember Jeremy Fragrance? His life is ruined. Bro, I love when... Okay, I can't even say that with a straight face. That's just rude. But let's see what if his life is really ruined and what for. Perhaps he did it to himself and deserved it? That's best case scenario. Why is he called Jeremy Fragrance? Does he stink?
From being at the very top of the fragrance world to losing his mind and his fans in just a few years with his weird behavior, my name's Ryan, and today we're looking at the story of Jeremy.
Is he the one who started venting about how he wanted a girlfriend when he was reviewing cologne? Something like that, I think. He was just tweaking by the end of it, I feel. So maybe that led to him imploding, exploding. Where did he plode?
Fragrance, and how his entire life and career fell apart one after the other. Jeremy Fragrance was one of the most unique success stories on YouTube.
Really?
Real name Daniel Stradinsky, Jeremy carved out an unexpected niche for himself, reviewing perfumes. He started his YouTube channel all the way back in 2014, where
my father would not allow me to do such a thing on my YouTube channel.
he would just review perfumes, while also sharing his life behind the scenes as a model. Dressed in sharp suits and starting every video with his iconic spin, Jeremy wasn't just describing colognes.
That is iconic.
Was selling
Never
a
seen it
lifestyle.
before.
He had an uncanny ability to communicate scent through his screen, something very few people had achieved on YouTube back then.
2 fragrances for you to show. For example, this is a Dark Rebel Rider, which smells like a Harley Davidson man. It smells like tobacco, leather, and
fucking
whiskey.
ew.
And this one, Spice Bomb. This smells like an explosion of spices.
Smells like my stepfather.
Super dominant, super aggressive.
Feels like him
super bold
too.
and somehow sexy.
Fans would frequently comment saying, "This guy can make you hear smells." Whether it was a seductive evening cologne or a clean everyday wear.
I don't think I understand the perfume industry, nor have I ever purchased such a thing for myself, so
Made
makes sense.
viewers feel like they could smell it through the monitor. He assigned each
You
different
guys ever had that Axe body spray that smells like fudge?
scent their own personality and explained the scent through
Now that's-
describing what kind of person he imagines
That's the
wearing
peak
it.
male
The
form.
daring category, okay? This is your daring fragrance, and ladies love a man that is bold, that is daring, because you need to have courage.
In addition to his
Okay.
good looks and confident
Courage is
character,
good.
he often interviewed female models
What's up, Gillian? I'm just watching a strange man from online. His life is ruined now, and I just wanted to see, what's the deal there? Fill in some
to get their
gaps. You know how it
opinions on
is.
different perfumes to judge what's the best choice to wear for a certain occasion.
He's
Being
making
able
everyone
to watch
smell his
women's reactions
sticks.
to men's fragrances drew millions of viewers to his channel, which grew to over 2 million subscribers in just a few years and amassing 10 million followers on TikTok. Another thing
I don't even buy air freshener, dude. I'm not buying damn expensive colognes.
that separated Jeremy from other YouTubers was just how genuine he was with his audience, something that was hard to find. His videos would contain no cuts, and even if he had to go off screen for an entire minute, he'd just leave it in the video.
That was really hardcore. I gotta open the door real quick. 1 second, guys. To receive
Dude,
some
he's
new
so real for
samples.
that.
And sometimes he'd intentionally go off camera just to do something crazy random.
I will smash my head into the wall now, but not too strong.
He's so
And fans would
crazy.
just wait patiently instead of clicking off, just because of how hooked they were to him, as one of them commented,
How about you guys that are enjoying fragrance videos are into some boring shit, and he did like barely above par content. That's what it seems like to me. He did like a little bit for you. And the fragrance community is not used to that because you just like smells for some reason and you're passionate about a stink. That's what I think. What the fuck just happened? Why did it... Interesting there. I was
love
trying
how
to
this
skip
guy
ahead
is
in the
just
video,
himself.
Loomis, not to you. Now cut to Loomis.
when built on intensity and image, can be a double-edged sword. And for Jeremy, the crap
Yeah, dude, he was really popular, but I just don't understand. Well, I guess a lot of people were following him because he was crazy. There was probably a significant amount of that. However, a lot of people just seem passionate about perfume.
facts began to show. Jeremy's confidence and grace always made him seem trustworthy to his audience,
Oh,
with
no.
people going as far as saying you could live
Trustworthy? I don't know about that.
really sell me air and I'd buy it. But he decided to abuse the trust of his loyal
To be clear, that is what he's doing.
when he started his Patreon to ask
Perfume
fans
is
for
air.
their support, claiming he needs money to buy a new laptop to edit his videos. However, fans were shocked when just weeks later, he made a post titled "My New Car."
And today I'm going to sign the contract for my new car, a Ferrari 458 Italia.
He then proceeded to buy the Ferrari, something that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, while he had been pretending to be financially struggling to even
Fragrance
afford
army,
his
baby!
own laptop. Fans were understandably upset that they got lied to and used,
That's
and
right.
Jeremy made it even worse by deleting negative comments under his video, to the point where only positive comments remained. However, fans started discussing
Bro,
it.
but he got the mail from his 2 steps away off camera. He's the realest guy I ever trusted. He would never lie.
In the comments of a
Robot
re-upload,
Ferrari,
saying he
dead.
literally begged for donations and then went and bought
He's laughing all the way to the bank. And maybe he forgot that he was poor that day. Maybe he was doing some uppers or some, mind-jogging substances. We don't know. Maybe he's just high on all the perfume in an enclosed space.
and sold the Ferrari.
I got rid of my second most important, valuable, materialistic possession, which was the red Ferrari.
But he still never addressed the main issue, which was how he lied to his loyal fans and took advantage of their money for personal gain. This would only end up foreshadowing the kind of person Jeremy was becoming, as his popularity only began to skyrocket from there. However, Jeremy's career came under fire once again when he attended an event hosted by the New York Young Republican Club, where Donald Trump was a key speaker. Jeremy posted Instagram stories alongside 2 German far-right figures, Alexander Klein, a 31-year-old YouTuber and prominent activist within the German branch of the Identification.
Dang, dude, I can't believe I don't see eye to eye politically with the stinky fragrance guy who's also nuts. I actually don't care about that, turns out. But if he's using his platform for evil, then he should, lose it, I guess, or at least fuck off.
Movement, and David Bendels, a 38-year-old editor-in-chief of the Deutschland Courier, known for his ties to the right-wing populist party Alternative for Germany. In another picture, he also posed with the Austrian right-wing politician and TV commentator Gerald Gross. After these selfies surfaced on Jeremy Fragrance's Instagram stories, multiple major brands, including Sky Deutschland and Aldi Nord, publicly ended their relationships with him and removed content or ads featuring him.
Imagine
His
losing to
publisher,
all these
Heel Verlag, also
sponsor.
dropped him, stating it would not reprint his books or
Bro
work
was probably getting free bags for life, living large. Now he's nothing.
with him further.
Just
Jeremy was also on the verge of making a major deal that fell through.
I should have had a big money deal with
Big
a
money.
German fragrance chain,
No
which would
whammies.
have given me about 300,000 to up to more
Alas, we whammied.
than $1 million, and it just exploded because I was in a show where I took pictures with multiple people, and one of those guys was a right-wing guy.
On December
He didn't even
21st,
know!
2018, at the peak of his career, Jeremy
Allegedly!
decided to use his experience with fragrances to create his very own perfume brand, Fragrance One, where he collaborated with the legendary perfumer Alberto Marias, who has designed perfumes for brands such as Calvin Klein, Giorgio Armani, Marc Jacobs, and many more. Together with Jeremy, they created Fragrance One's very first perfume, something that
Bro,
seemed
what the fuck do they know about what I want to smell like?
very promising.
One of those
So
guys
this-
is old as fuck. He does not have a sense of smell left, I bet. Maybe he does. I don't know. Maybe he's great at his job. However, my level of yap is insane. That's correct.
Be called Office for Men. It is our very first fragrance, the best office fragrance currently on the market in my eyes.
And his idea behind the
In your
brand
eyes?
was quite innovative. To make
Excuse me, a fucking professional would smell it with their nose, not their eyes. Get this guy out of here. You blew it.
it easy for people to find the best perfume for every occasion without being overwhelmed by the number of options on the market.
I have tried to find the best solution for you to skip the jungle of fragrances when you go into a fragrance store. Oh, which fragrance should I take? Does this last long? Is this mass appealing? Do I get compliments?
Now you just
What
buy mine.
fragrance
Easy.
should I buy?
and thus began the start of Jeremy's Kickstarter campaign, as he needed his loyal fans as crowdfunding to turn his perfume into an actual company and bring it to the market. His campaign had a goal of 25,000 euros, which was achieved within just minutes of posting his video. Even after the goal was reached...
Bro, it smells like Michael Scott's paper company. It smells like awkward comedy in an office. It's such the best office. You're gonna smell like an office.
People continued to donate money,
I need your
raising
office
it to
money.
A staggering 800,000 euros,
He knows his
making it
market.
the highest crowdfunded fragrance in history. And his dream of starting a perfume brand finally turned into reality, and Jeremy started his aggressive marketing campaign.
Why is it named like a fucking Xbox? Fragrance 1 on. Oh, that shit bussin'.
Office for Men was initially planned to launch at a price of about 39 euros or $45, but before the release, Jeremy decided to significantly increase the price, stating he felt the fragrance felt more worthy than a 39 euro perfume. When it finally launched, the price was already very high at around $160 for a 100 milliliter bottle, comparable to many luxury perfume brands. However, things took a turn for the worse when people started calling him a scam artist.
Oh no.
After he suddenly decided to triple the prices on February 4th, 2019,
Say it ain't so.
very soon after releasing their perfumes.
What up, Brian?
Why the price of my fragrance will be tripled soon? Fragrances.
Because I want more money.
Like
At least triple, I imagine, is the reasoning.
Art form, and some cars to the extent are also an art form. And what does a car manufacturer
Cars
do?
are not art.
They produce a very small amount of
Sorry.
cars to make them exclusive. We will also.
I'm very close-minded about the vehicle industry and its lack of artistic integrity.
Produce a small amount to keep us exclusive.
But that didn't make much sense, as this was supposed to be a simple office fragrance, not something that cost a fortune.
Yeah,
Even
dude.
more suspicious was how cheap the production
Make up your
was
damn
compared
mind.
to the actual price on the market.
First, you buy the glass bottle. The glass bottle is about 50 cents, 50. Then you got the sprayer right here. This is another 50 cents. So we're at a $1. Then
Yeah,
you
I'm
got
out.
the
That's too
cap.
expensive.
This is another 50 cents. Then you got the box around it, which is another 50 cents. So you're at $2 now for this empty stuff. You need the juice inside. The juice is the most expensive one. It's about $3. So 3 plus 2 is $5. And then you pay
What up, Just Bach? How the heck are you?
for the whole packaging. So it must be
Watching
filled
this
and
crazy
everything.
guy.
So that's another $1.
Explain
So
some
about
bullshit. I do not care how expensive it is. Make it make sense, Jeremy, quickly.
painting or some other champagne is also very low in production, but it's not the actual
Champagne, very expensive. My perfume, very expensive. Yes, it's called Office, but perfume is for rich people. Get over it, all right? Got it. That's why I don't buy it, because I'm not rich enough to be this pleasantly smelling.
And despite Jeremy's justifications, most people in the
I
fragrance
smell
community
fine,
consider
for the
his
record.
perfumes way overpriced and not something reasonable for an
Just
average
not like Office for Men.
consumer. People
Sounds
started
kinda gay to
mocking his
me.
perfume, saying it was an absolute scam. As if that wasn't already bad enough, stories
Hell yeah, appreciate you, dog. Thanks for watching back in the day.
started
And now,
surfacing of people ordering
Hope
his
you're doing
perfume
good.
online and getting ghosted and never receiving his perfume, not even being able to contact customer service about
Jeremy,
it.
Jeremy,
However,
Jeremy.
this was barely the start of his problems, as over the next few years, Jeremy's entire online empire came crashing down. Jeremy always seemed like he was the most well put together influencer on the platform, wearing a freshly pressed suit and looking charming all the time. However, his content changed drastically in 2023 when he suddenly grew religious and his posts became very different from his usual style.
I'm Jeremy Fragrance, the #1 fragrance icon that follows the teachings of Jesus.
Oh, no.
Nobody has done what I have done in the fragrance industry.
Kanye
I'm
art?
the best in the category of fragrances. I'm Jeremy Fragrance, the #1 fragrance icon that follows the teachings of Jesus.
Daily affirmations
And
from
he switched
oneself in the
completely to a
camera?
white outfit wearing a cross on his neck. Gone were his days of elegance and grace. He now had
I am lonniedos, the #1 mobile game Let's Player. I can only repeat this a few times in the mirror per day before my ego just gets out of control, dude.
hollow eyes and a face
I
that
wouldn't post
seemingly
it
aged over
online.
10 years in just a few months. His new brand motto was Jeremy Fragrance #1 fragrance icon that follows the teachings of Jesus, which was something he commented
flex,
and pinned
but
on all
okay,
of his own
probably true.
videos. This drastic behavior change was a huge shock to his old fans, as they commented saying what happened to him these years. His fame over the years had gone to his head, and he viewed himself as the best fragrance influencer of all time, despite all the controversies and questionable behavior on his part.
But I'm the best #1 influencer, you could say. So
Number
You
one
could say.
of course.
of all time.
People are saying this.
Hello, I'm like I'm the first of my kind.
Bro,
in
I'm the
that
goat.
scale.
Jeremy also started posting
Look at me.
bizarre and
I'm the
questionable
goat.
pictures of himself on
The
Instagram.
goat doesn't do this, brother. God damn it. I need to move that button somewhere else. I was trying to do this.
Hey, yo.
It's right next to each other. It's just not it's not fair.
Hey, yo!
Bro, you're diaper maxing and you're gonna have to get evicted from this apartment if you keep Patrick Batemaning up the place. This is not okay.
But as short-form content took over the world, he also transitioned to creating YouTube Shorts and TikToks. He started posting the same unusual clip of him 5 times in a row to see which one performed the best before deleting the others. However, he soon found out the best way to stand out was to do something completely unexpected and unhinged, and that's exactly the direction he went for, starting with funny
fuck?
and strange clips of himself.
I'm just being a bit strange, that's all. Nothing wrong with
To
that.
slightly weird dances that left fans confused and questioning all their life choices, to unnecessarily sexualized perfume reviews, to whatever on earth is going on here. People started growing more and more
phone.
concerned, commenting things like, the behavior he is displaying is that of someone who's struggling with either substance abuse or has a mental illness. It's very sad considering how he was when he first started out. It wasn't always just about perfumes, sometimes it was even about food and drinks, like his passionate response to certain cooking ingredients.
Oh, this is literally my favorite.
Bro gave that the deepest sniff I've ever seen. What the fuck? I've never wanted to smell something that bad. To take it into the brain. Jesus Christ, leave some for the rest of us.
Oh, this is literally my favorite smell. You know what this is?
Mayo.
It's ghee.
And his overly emotional reaction to Nutella, which just showed how much his expertise in fragrances had deteriorated, as just a few years ago he had said this.
Here, gentlemen, imagine this smells like the tastiest Nutella fragrance you can imagine. If you like the taste of the chocolate.
And now all of his content
I feel like was faking it at a point, but maybe also he's crazy on the weekends, not for fun? I don't know.
turned into slop with no real value. But unlike his reaction to Nutella, his reaction to pizza took things to a whole nother level.
What happened to Johnny
pizza.
Fragrance?
Okay, let's smell it. I want to have sex with this.
It seems like the algorithm drove him absolutely mad.
As did his unusual obsession with human milk.
Milk is the most similar to mother's milk. It smells so gorgeous.
There's just some things we don't have to say or do for the algorithm, but I guess if you're the #1 fragrance influencer, you gotta keep your belt. That was insane, though. Mother's milk.
Oh, yeah!
What a great whiff.
Yeah!
I want to scream.
Smells trustworthy because butter is similar to mother's milk a little bit.
What is wrong with you?
I post this on TikTok so I can't be too explicit.
Thank God.
Given his new appearance and bizarre behavior, people started calling him a nicer, hornier German Homelander. But his fans
What's so nice about him? I don't understand. He scares me, personally.
were starting to get genuinely worried, saying things like, is this man okay? And the concerns only grew after he posted shirtless videos of himself where despite being muscular, he looked sick and very thin. This was a huge difference when compared to how he looked at his peak, and fans were begging him to take care of his health, saying, bro, you don't look healthy for real, and please Jeremy, it's time to start the
Yeah, these guys are parasocial. I personally don't care if he's
bizarre
that healthy.
video getting comments like a solid 18 lines today. However, he denied all the drug accusations, claiming he behaves this way intentionally just for views.
I know what works. of
Okay,
course.
well, if he says that it's intentional, then I'll just choose to believe him, because that alleviates any guilt. Not that I was watching this guy on purpose ever, but if he like jumped on a table or something, how could you look away? That seems to be the game he was playing. He was just chasing the views, acting crazy. And then I think that will drive you crazy given enough time. What up, Nadine?
I know that the jumping energy person works a lot, and I do it without any drugs. It's very good for me.
Have you ever done drugs?
No, never in my life.
All the
I've taken
time.
any drugs except drinking
None?
alcohol.
And that he doesn't mind being accused of doing drugs by his viewers.
One question that always comes
Good.
up: how many lines did you have today?
I see that as a compliment. As many guys that used to approach women when they were younger, at least in Germany.
He then
Do you
made a video
approach men
just to
now?
reassure
Hold on,
his
go
fans.
back. Wait, I have a question.
But they only pointed out the ridiculous scenery that was taking place in the video, saying as he walks down streets shirtless, eating protein powder off lettuce in a cardboard box.
Okay, that's called a whey taco, and it's how you get gains, buddy, alright? Do you want him to gain weight or not?
People were instead taking this as confirmation of him being on drugs. Another piece of evidence was how even his long-form videos started getting weirder over time, where sometimes in the middle of a fragrance review, he'd just make a super weird comment.
Perry Alice 360 Red. I love it, man. It's the
I'm gay.
dildo of the fragrance industry.
And then completely break character and go off on a tangent.
Yeah, it's not so funny actually. Still don't know how to talk about the topic of masturbating.
Things just haven't been the same since my divorce. That kind of vibe. I like a good non sequitur as much as the next guy, but please don't talk to me about jorking your peanuts.
As if nothing had happened.
All right, ultimately, of course, I want to have a girlfriend and a wife.
Ah yes, we've gotten to the bottom of this. This was the same guy, chat.
Turning that girlfriend into a wife and have great kids.
Without even reviewing the scent he was supposed to talk about, leaving fans questioning and saying, so overall, the fragrances of loneliness and edging, it wasn't just a one-time behavior, as his videos often feature stranger marks coming out of nowhere.
I'm not gonna say have sex with all of you girls, but I want to have like
Hey,
high five to all of you guys. And I love
High
this,
five,
baby.
buddy.
I just
I don't know why
jerked
I
off
agreed
a
to
little
that.
bit, not to the sense that I came, but it gives me a certain type of a strength. And the night,
What's going on with the quality here?
I want to tongue kiss a sexy woman
What is happening? Holy shit. This guy's nuts.
right now. Oh man.
He's gooning.
And sometimes it even crosses a line of what should be allowed to be on a random fragrance video on YouTube.
Today I did not.
He can say whatever he wants. What are you talking about, dude? Freedom of speech. Anyone can be the #1 fragrance reviewer on YouTube and say, ooh, I'm a little good boy in the middle of it if they want to, right? It's his right. Obviously, it's weird and I don't support it.
Not jerk off before my video, which I normally do, but I keep my semen to have a maximum impact in my face.
Why are you talking about this? Stop it! Get help, find God! Log out! Go outside!
He was soon getting called out for being the strangest man on the internet, which led him to getting invited to various podcasts and interviews where his weird behavior continued, like the time he casually got up and did push-ups in the middle of an interview.
I say it in English. It's written M-A-Y-B-E.
Maybe.
Whenever I said that, I did push-ups to punish myself.
Why?
20.
Seems unnecessary. Is that
It
Cody
seems
Ko,
like
the
Jeremy's
DJ?
antics had led him to escape the fragrance niche, and now the entire internet was watching his weird behavior and laughing at him, and as one viewer commented, Jeremy has gone from a fragrance reviewer to a comedian. This sort of weird behavior not only affected his personal image on the internet, but also
It's
impacted
not really like comedian, more just like a clown. Just like a performer of some sort. Like a goofy performer of some sort. My day was chill, Gillian. Did some errands. And then took a nap. And now we stream it.
his brand, Fragrance One. Although Jeremy had been the one promoting and marketing the perfumes, the company was actually founded by both him and his brother Camille Bank, where Jeremy was the face of the company and Camille was the one managing everything behind the scenes. But as Jeremy's mental and physical health changed, so did his marketing tactics in 2022.
What happened is, in May of this year, maybe some of you remember, Jeremy decided to close down the brand. And he did that in a way where he would just go online, as he always does, post a video about it, and then people were asking me, like, what's going on, Camille? I said, honestly,
yeah, I don't think I could work with that guy either. He seems erratic.
Taking it one step further and showing just how selfish and narcissistic he was.
He basically said from one day to the other, Camille, you're out, and you should do your own thing. There's healthy ways to disagree and to separate. However, the way he did it, this was extremely disrespectful and very problematic.
Not only had Jeremy been rude and hurtful, he had also betrayed the trust of his own brother and business partner.
This being a family business, I decided
that's
to
his
not
brother?
sign any paperwork and just...
I guess that's a little more complicated than you might feel like you have to work with them or something. But he said you're out, so you're out. Good job.
With Jeremy's handshake agreement and my handshake agreement on a certain equity split, and
this guy looks like the guy from Napoleon Dynamite. No disrespect.
Sell them on his own website, where it's much cheaper.
Is his name like Ryan Fragrance?
Compared
from
to
the Fragrance family?
High prices that Jeremy sells at. This earned Camille the respect of the fragrance community, while Jeremy only garnered more concern as people were saying, man, it's sad.
Why is he
community, while Jeremy...
Why is he eating the fucking perfume in the ad? Was that his idea? Just kidding, we don't need to ask that, but why is he fucking eating it? You're not supposed to do that.
Only garnered more concern as people were saying, man, it's sad to see how much Jeremy has lost his way. Doing your family dirty like that is just wrong. He definitely needs help and I hope he gets it somehow. Eventually, he announced that he was shutting down his fragrance once and for all in an Instagram post saying,
now he's just Jeremy, dude.
Goodbye to my fragrances, selling all my current stock and it won't be reproduced anymore, and offering a 60% discount code on all of his products. However, this wasn't the first time he was claiming to shut down his fragrance, as he had already made several posts with the exact same picture in the past, saying the exact same thing, and fans began to call him out saying, again, he's closing the business like 5 times a year. His behavior only led fans to speculate that Jeremy was perhaps lying about the discontinuation, just to urge fans to spend $600 buying his perfumes, with some of them commenting, bro needs more coke money. And this only got further proven when he posted a new video on July 26, 2025, titled My Fragrance Journey Continues, where he showed
You fucking thought that Jeremy was gonna be no fragrance, Jeremy? Hell no, dude. I can't go back to smelling like a normal guy after I live the fragrance lifestyle.
Signs of ever stopping production. Although Jeremy's religious awakening had been one of the major turning points of his career, his religious appearance became a bit questionable as he continued to post things that don't really look religious. And despite wearing a cross on his neck, his YouTube videos kept being inappropriate.
I stimulated my...
I'm done watching this, man. I hope he gets well and finds the satisfaction in life that he needs, but not like sexually. Shout out Ryan Pictures, dude. Imagine watching all that guy's TikToks for research purposes. Couldn't be me doing the Lord's work. Seems like we are all just putty in Jeremy's hand. He knows what the people want to see and how to get them watching eventually, even if it's in a retrospective documentary. God damn it.